Hey guys, so I'm going to go on and read chapter 4 of Funny Frank by Dick King Smith, illustrated by John Eastwood. Chapter 4. Frank's mother Gertie was extremely worried. She was a very conventional hen who in her time had hatched a great many broods of chicks, all of whom she liked to think been properly brought up. That is to say, they were well-mannered and did as they were told, and behaved in every way as chicks should. So there's Gertie there. Now, she had somehow managed to produce this funny son Frank, who was acting in such an odd fashion. She had seen him with her own eyes walk into the duck pond right up to his chest before the girl had come running to save him. "Let's hope that will teach him a lesson," she had said to her friend Mildred. "I don't think he'll do that again in a hurry." But she was wrong. He had done it again the same day, and Mildred had seen him do it. Mildred was by nature a poke-nose who liked to stick her beak into everyone else's business. She was also a gossip, and she had made sure that the rest of the flock had heard the news before she had run to the bottom of the orchard to tell Gertie about Frank's latest exploit. "You'll never guess what happened to Frank," she panted. Oh dear, it's the end. Poor Gertie, I thought there was just a little head sticking out of the water and him calling for help. Oh dear. So there's Gertie thinking about Frank, and there's Mildred coming running up to Gertie. "He's drowned!" screeched Gertie. "My little Frank, he's drowned!" "I don't think so, dear," said Mildred. "The girl was there, and a man who waded into the water rescued your little lad and took him away. But oh my, what a worry it must be for you having a son like that." "Like what?" said Gertie. "Well," said Mildred, "sort of, not quite." "Not quite what?" said Gertie rather sharply. "Well, not quite, right in the head," replied Mildred with an embarrassed cackle. "Mildred," said Gertie slowly and deliberately, "we have been friends for many years, you and I. After your last remark, we are friends no longer." And she stalked off. The next morning Gertie was sitting in one of her nest boxes in the hen house when Mildred appeared. So there's poor Gertie, worried about her son, and here's Gertie kind of putting Mildred in her place, defending her son. "Good morning, Gertie dear," she said. "It is not a good morning," replied Gertie, "and I am about to lay an egg. Kindly go away." "But I have something important to tell you, dear," said Mildred. "And I have something important to do, Mildred, something private and personal. A well-bred hen expects some privacy when she's sitting on her nest box for a purpose. I don't wish to do it with someone looking on." "Oh, sorry, dear," said Mildred. "I'll tell you later on," and she went away. As soon as she had gone, Gertie raised herself a little and, with a slightly strained expression on her face, laid an egg. She stood up and turned to inspect it. It was, she saw with satisfaction, a good size and a good color. A handsome shade of brown. Gertie, something of a snob, rather despised hens that laid white eggs. So there's Gertie and Mildred talking there, and there's Gertie inspecting her egg. Now she stepped from the nest box, gave a shout of triumph like all hens make after laying, and made her way out of the hen house. Mildred was waiting by the pop hole. "Well," said Gertie, "what is this important thing you wish to tell me?" "It's about Frank, Gertie," said Mildred. "I was having a little look around the place and happened to see him." "Where?" "In the rabbit hutch." "Oh no," thought Gertie. "First he wants to be a duck. Now he wants to be a rabbit." "A rabbit hutch?" she said. "Poor boy, no room to move about." "No," said Mildred, "but at least you can't drown in a rabbit hutch." And there's Mildred making her shout after she laid her egg, and this is her thinking about her son being in a rabbit hutch. And that is the end of chapter 4. So it's very interesting, isn't it? So we learned that even though Gertie's a little bit embarrassed by how her son can be, she still loves him unconditionally, and she'll defend her son regardless, huh? And that's what mamas should be doing, right? Anyways, I hope that y'all enjoyed that chapter, and tune in tomorrow for chapter 5 and see what happens with Frank and what happens with his mom and Mildred. Anyways, remember the class rules. Love yourself, love others. I send all my love to y'all, and I hope to see y'all very soon. Bye.